Hey everyone, Eggman here with another video, and today we're going to go over an updated deck list for the Reboot Pan leader that we're getting in the red Zenkai Starter Deck in just a couple of days. I think Pan has probably been the most requested Reboot leader from this game ever. I've been seeing a lot of people ask for it, so we're finally getting it, and it's really good, honestly. It's a very strong leader, and I think it's going to be doing some good things in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to just go over this list. I wouldn't say this is the end-all be-all list, but I know a lot of people are probably looking to rebuild Pan after not doing it for a little bit, and I hope this is a good starting point for anyone trying to get back into either Pan or even the game. I think a lot of people are interested just because Pan is back. So going to the front side, auto once per turn, the famous one. When you play a battle card, choose it gets plus 5k power for the turn. If it raises that card's power to 20k or more, you get to draw one card. This is pretty much the whole reason people played Pan, just the idea that you can potentially get the +1 draw on not only your turn but your opponent's turn. It is de facto the first card you play every turn, so you can't just like say, oh, I play a one drop and then the card I actually want to play afterwards, I get the boost. It has to be the first one, but it is very strong there. And then Awaken, when your life's at 4 or less, or you have 3 or more Z energy, you may draw one card, switch up to one of your energy to active mode, and add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 life left. And then on the backside, it has the same auto once per turn, and also auto you just get to draw when you attack with it. And then active main once per turn, choose to one of your red Z battle cards with an energy cost of 2, and it gets plus 5k power for the turn. So all of these are very strong effects. Obviously, you get a bunch of just plus 5k bonuses. Is like a 5k bonus is like the equivalent to a card draw, because most cards have a combo power of 5, so being able to get so much value off this leader, being able to awaken itself very, very easily, and everything else that goes into it, there's just some nasty stuff. And then it just has a lot of just support that got printed for it too. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Pan United Emotion. So this is from the actual set, but it is such a good card. If your leader is a Pan card, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 2. This card's power is 20k power or more. When this card attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add up to 1 red Saiyan card with any cost of 5 or less, are 1 red unison specified cost of 3 among them, and then shuffle your deck. So obviously this is very good if you're going second, because you're able to play it, you're able to get the draw, and then you're able to swing and go from there. But otherwise, like even just playing it on turn 1 just to get the draw and then have a 15k battle card out, I don't think is the worst. We also have the Pan Wisher of Miracles. This is from the starter, because anything else from the we'll go over it through this. I think pretty much like a bunch of this stuff is just like is really needed, like a staple for the archetype, and then you can kind of go from there. But you are kind of locked into having a lot of red Saiyans just to have the consistency with the effects that you have there. So going to this Pan, that at the end of battle, when this card was played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, gets minus 10k power for the turn, and activate battle limit 1 for 1 red if your leader is a Pan card and there are 1 or more cards red cards in your combo area, you get to draw 1 and play this card from your hand. So it just means that you can play this for free, and then you get to draw a card, and then you get to draw another card if it's on your opponent's turn, because it is a 20k, and then it gets the minus 10k. It's after the battle. The timing's kind of weird for this, but it is a very strong effect and a very good Pan in there as well. We also have this Great Ape Son Goku the Aggressor, which is just stupidly good. If your leader card is a Pan card, and your opponent has 2 or more energy at the end of battle, when this is comboed from your hand, you get to play it from your drop, which means that you just get to play it for free. It's a 20k, you get to draw a card, and it gets on board. And also, if your leader card is a Pan card, when this card is placed underneath one of your Z battle cards, the Z battle card gets plus 5k power and the following skill for the turn. Auto, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, gets minus 25k power. This is not once per turn, so if you have I don't know, these are just stupidly good cards, let me just say. So this Rush Attack Vegeta, you get to play it every time it attacks, you get to combo with a 5k, which means you get to build your Z energy back, and then also choose up to 100 opponent's battle cards or unisons, gets minus 15k power for the turn. Just good stuff. And then activate main, if you have 4 more Z energy, switch it to active mode, gets plus 10k power, double strike and barrier for the turn. And then we also have the one that comes with the starter deck. So deflect double strike, when this card is played, place up to 1 Saiyan card from your drop area underneath this, and this gains barrier for the turn. Additionally, if your opponent has 4 or more life, you get to deal 1 damage to them. And then activate main for 1 red if your leader is a Pan only card. You have 4 more energy and a Great Ape Son Goku the Aggressor. This guy we just talked about. This gains a dual attack and plus 5k, which also means it's actually a 30k dual attack double strike with barrier, and deflect. So there's like no interaction with this for a card that you technically played without having to lose any card advantage because it's from your Z energy, like you pay your Z energy for it. So both these cards are very, very strong, and just the fact that you're able to always see them because they're going to be sitting in your Z deck, I think is one of the premier reasons to play Pan, because it's one of the best decks to utilize both these Z battle cards. From there, we also do have the SS4 Son Goku Senses Return. So for 1 burst 2, if your lead card's Pan and you have 2 or more energy, you get to play this card from your hand. This is quite good, and the burst is impactful too, because you get to when this card attacks, use a 2/1 mono red Saiyan card with 5k combo with power from your drop in a combo with its skills negated for the battle, which means that if you hit 2 Saiyans, you get to build 2 more Z energy for free, which means that you can immediately awaken if you already had a 1 Z energy, which you will almost always do. Either turn 1, your opponent's attacking and you combo out of it, or you attack and you combo for free just to get that extra Z energy there. So it also has a good battle limit 1. If this card's in battle, draw 1 card, switch this card to activate, gets plus 5k power for the turn. This can be played on either player's turn, so you can just have it out there. They try to swing into it, and if you're afraid to tap out and you don't want to be aggressive with it, you can go there too. And I think it's very strong there. And it's a Saiyan, and it has all the other benefits for it too. So that's kind of like the turn ones are just kind of playing with these guys here. We do also have the Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku Heartfelt Plea. This is if you want it. I think it's probably a little bit too cheesy. I mean, if it works, it works. You're able to awaken with this really easily, and then you have a 30k triple strike that also is able to has offering as well. It's very easy to get a 25k in this build in itself, so that's just something to consider. I don't know if it's too cheesy, but it is something to consider there, especially because you can just do it on you can use the activate main of this Vegeta to give it 25k, swing into it with it as a barrier, and then you just use the Heartfelt Plea from there. But what else we're going to talk about? So again, mono red Saiyans are kind of the game, so we do have just a couple of good ones, like Vegeta Resolve Renewed, just a great counterplay for anything that your opponent could be doing. Super Saiyan 3 Goku One Hit Wonder is just kind of a cool tech card. When your opponent's battle card's power is decreased, if one of these isn't in play, you get to play it from your hand for free. Also activate battle for 1 red, so this card from your drop here to warp, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, gets minus 5k power for the turn. So both these can be kind of impactful, both these effects from it. It is a 15k, so you can play it for free and become a 20k, and you get to go from there. The old favorite Bodyguard Legic is also relevant too, so if you want that to just be a free draw on your opponent if you have nothing in your battle area, that is a way for that too. Next up, we do also have the Topo. This is not a Saiyan, but obviously you can play this on your opponent's turn as well. Be a good floodgate, maybe bump this up to 3. 3 is probably the way for it because it's never really dead. It's a 5k combo, and you become a 25k, and then you get to get all the effects there too. Obviously Topo's not as popular as it used to be, but it still can get the job done. Broly Crown of Retribution is a strong card. Obviously you kind of have to give up the 5k on something to give it to 20k to get the card draw most times when you start your turn, but it's such a good starter that being able to make your opponent discard a card and see their hand, it's just usually worth it in a lot of ways. So I do like him there. Chain Attack Bardock and Borgos, just for some more red Saiyans that are very good. Since the permanent activates first, this will become a 15k if you get the bond 3, and then you're able to get the plus 5k boost and go from there. So that is good enough. You will get the card draw off Pan if you do have the bond effect when you play it, which is good for both of these guys. This draws 1, and this also, when this card attacks, choose a 20 opponent's battle cards, gets minus 4k for each red Saiyan or Bardic Screw in your battle area. So inherently you would get minus 12k because you will probably have at least 3 and go from there. We do have Imposing Presence because it is a good card. We do have King Vegeta's Hidden Ambitions just because it's also a red Saiyan that you can also combo with, and you get the effects from that. And then what else? We do also have SS4 Gogeta. I don't know how I feel about this. This can sometimes be a little bit dead in hand, but it is such a strong card. So for limit 1 for 3 if your leader is a red or black Saiyan, which we are, there are 3 more red or black Saiyan cards in your energy and or battle area, which will be pretty easy to do. Play this card from your hand, and up to one of your leaders gets plus 5k power till the start of your next main phase. So it just means your Pan is 20k for the rest of the turn. You have this big double strike 30k. You get to, when this card is played, your opponent sends 1 card from their hand to the warp, then choose up to 2 of their battle cards. It gets minus 30k power for the turn. It just does it all. It can't be comboed with in hand very easily, but even so, so it's just so good. I think it's worth being played. And then we do have the new big bad boy SS4 Vegito, a light in the dark, overwhelm 6. If your leader is a mono red sand card, which we are, for 4 more red mono red energy. When this card is played, your opponent reveals their hand, choose up to 1 battle card with 35k power or less, and your opponent discards it. Then choose up to 1 of your mono red leaders until the start of your next turn. It gets plus 10k power, and this card gains quadruple strike. And you do this for literally 0 energy. I don't know what they're thinking. This is such a good card, super good, and you would not like. The Vegeta secret rare is probably like better in some situations, but this is, for what we are, I think this is better 9 times out of 10. And then lastly, we just are running the Baby Unison because why not? It's a really good turn 3 play. If your opponent kind of floodgates you out, you do have something to play instead. And it's just a good card. Unfortunately, like if there were any counterplay battle cards that were Saiyans, that'd be good, but they're both Earthlings for red, so you don't get the benefit there. But yeah, obviously Yamcha with Pan can do some stuff. So if you want to play Yamcha, I will not discourage you from doing it. But immediately it did not catch my eye, especially since we're not consistently playing this. This is more of a tech card than really anything else. And last card to talk about Videl, just because it's a fun card. So if there are 1 or more red Earthling cards in your Z Energy, which we do have quite a few Earthlings in this as well, especially since we have these Saiyan Earthlings, so we're able to get these into our Z Energy for free off our other cards. When this card attacks, choose a 20 of your opponent's battle cards with 15k power or less, and then this gets plus 10k for the turn. It's fine. It becomes a 10k, that becomes a 20k, because we do also have like it's only a cost of 2, so never mind, you can't do that. But if it's the first card you play, which you probably wouldn't, I don't know, you can probably make this one of the other 2, or even like the promo Black Vegeta if you want some like self-awakening stuff. But this is the list. I don't think this is like the end all be all list, but if anyone's wanting to get into Reboot Pan or trying to get back into the card game, so with this new Zenkai block, I definitely think this is a good start for the archetype and just to get into the game again. So that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what kind of archetype or deck you want to see next, and I'll catch you all next time.